Hey pearls, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys about some things that will help you grow your hair, which you may already know but you're not doing. So these are really simple tips, that I myself use, and it's really easy to forget some of these tips and start wondering why your hair is not growing, but it's only because you've probably stopped doing some of these things. So I'm just going to name a few of these things, and if you find that you haven't been doing these things, try to incorporate them back into your hair regimen and just give it like a few months and see how things change. So a big thing that I started doing once my hair got longer is that I started washing my hair in sections, because I noticed that washing my hair just in one huge afro tends to leave me with a lot of tangles after I finish washing my hair. So I started washing my hair in braided sections. You can do twists as well, but I tend to do like about 6 to 8 loose plaits, and that's how I wash my hair. Like, it's made my life so much easier. So you should try that out, and maybe it will help reduce the amount of tangles you have, which means you also won't lose as much hair when you're trying to detangle, because you won't be all up in your hair as frequently. Another thing is, try and limit the amount of hairstyles that require a lot of tension. Like, for example, try doing single plaits like I currently have. I do my own hair. I've been doing my own hair for a while now, and I don't do my hair tight, especially in the front, because you don't want to lose your edges. So try and do like loose type of hairstyles. You can do twists, you can do plaits like mine, you can even use extension, braiding hair, but just be careful that you don't put too much tension on your real hair when you're trying to put in hair extensions. And yeah, try to limit the amount of tension even when you're doing just buns. Don't pull your hair too tight, because that's how you're going to end up losing your hairline, and you don't want that. So limit the amount of tension that you put on your hair. Also, I feel like a lot of people still forget this, or they don't really know it. Don't comb your hair when it's dry, because a lot of people complain that natural hair is difficult to comb, it's difficult to take care of. And then I noticed that people use the fine tooth comb on dry hair to comb through their hair. So obviously it's going to be painful. I mean, it's not rocket science. Just know your hair, know what works for it. Because like, if you comb your hair dry with the fine tooth comb, it's going to be painful. Try combing your hair when it's damp, and use a wide tooth comb, or use an afro comb, an afro pick. Just use larger combs, and don't work on dry hair. Dry hair will break, guys. Do not work on dry hair. Like, please don't do that. Okay, another thing is, like I said, you need to know your hair. So if you have really fine hair, like the strands, the individual strands of your hair, if you find that they're really thin and fine, putting heat on your hair may not be a good idea. So don't use heat regularly if you have like really fine hair. And also, because you'll be using combs, and they have like, these are usually small tooth combs or brushes, and if you have super fine hair, you may end up losing hair during the blowout process. And then you may ask yourself why you're not retaining length, because some people do say you need to work on stretched hair. And if your method of stretching your hair is using a blow dryer, and then you see that you're not really retaining length, and in actual fact you're losing length, is because you have fine hair and you're using combs quite frequently to blow dry your hair. So there are other ways to stretch your hair without heat. You can stretch it in like larger plaits than this, and then just have the plaits in overnight, and then you take out the plaits, or you can do twists, or you can use the African threading method. yeah, or you can just use the banding method. Basically put several hair ties along the length of your hair to stretch it out. So many methods that don't require heat. And try not to manipulate your hair on a regular basis. Like for example, I'm planning on keeping in my single plaits, my mini braids for at least 2 months, hopefully. Like hopefully 2 months. That's how long I would like to go. I want to keep them in for 2 months, and that also limits the amount of time I'll be, having my hands on my hair. So I'm not redoing my hair on a weekly basis or on a daily basis. I'm leaving my hair alone. I'm giving it a break. And that process of not doing too much to your hair, just giving your hair that time, even if it's 1 week without doing anything to your hair. Of course you may moisturize your hair, but then just don't undo your hair to do a new hairstyle in the space of 2-3 days. So try to keep a hairstyle in for a week or more at a time before you change it. That would also help you retain length. Okay, so don't be switching up your hairstyles on a daily basis. That puts a lot of stress on your hair, and it will break. And also, I feel like people don't really moisturize their hair, or they may not know how to moisturize your hair. So moisturize your hair more regularly so that it doesn't feel dry and it doesn't break. So moisturizing, in my case, I tend to start off with water. So I usually use water, and then I would seal that moisture in with shea butter or with castor oil. So those are the oils that I like using. Or I would use water, and then I'll use like a light oil like hemp seed oil or avocado oil, and then I'll top that off with shea butter. So that is my method. So I guess that would be the LOC method. So liquid oil and then cream. Well, my cream is shea butter. So yeah, so try to moisturize your hair more regularly so that the hair isn't dry, and then when you manipulate it, it won't be brittle. Yeah guys, I think those are all the tips that I jotted down. If anybody has any other tips, simple tips that you can do on a daily basis that people tend to forget. Oh, I think I forgot one. Try and deep condition your hair more regularly. Like, shampoo and conditioner isn't always enough. You need like a deep conditioner as well to penetrate the strands of your hair, so that your hair retains more moisture, your hair is softer. Your hair needs that. It's basically like a treatment, a hair treatment in a way. So if you can't do it with every wash, try to do it at least once a month to deep condition your hair, because your hair also needs that. It needs to absorb or take in more moisture and be conditioned and just be treated and loved on every now and then. So try to do that as well, and you will definitely see change in your hair, guys. You will definitely see change in your hair, trust me. These are things that I've done, these are things that I do, and my hair has managed to thrive. So yeah guys, if you guys found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, and I'll see you guys in another video.